So we're here right now at the Power Network headquarters. My name is Munson. I just wanted to make this quick little video just to share with you, really how I walked in this door and how I want to open up the door for you to have the same opportunity that I've been able to have and change my life. These two guys behind me, Dave and Dave, they had this really great idea a few years ago to start helping people just like yourself and myself by being able to share our story, by being able to connect and being able to make money online. And before I go into this too much further, I want to say this is not typical. Results vary based on you, the efforts you put in. And to be able to see these kind of guys and hang out, it feels good. It makes me feel good to be part of this bigger thing. And Dave, I was broke not too long ago, man, struggling. And this has really changed my life because it's given me a financial vehicle to travel the world. And I live in Hawaii now, and I just came hang out for the night, man.
Chilling out. We just grubbed out. So let me show you something real quick here, guys. Obviously, Dave Sharp, if you don't know me, co-founder of Power Network. Also, building in the field as an affiliate, which I think is super important for you guys to at least know up front. Because the one thing that I think differentiates what we're doing from everybody else is that as a leader, I think one of the most important things is to never ask somebody to do something that you wouldn't personally do. So I said, hey, I want to teach you guys, and again, results that we may talk about money, but it's not typical. You can see our income disclaimer at empowernetwork.com/income.php. Some people make lots of money, some people make no money at all. But I told people, hey, go out and I'm going to show you how to make $1 million on the internet. But we handed out these rings, and as the owner of the company, I was one of the 5 people that in the first 20 months of this company earned $1 million in commissions, right? In the field, right? In the field, building just like everybody else builds. So, but I think what's more important is that there's no difference between Steven, there's no difference between me and you. The only difference is the decision that you haven't made yet, right? We just already made the decision. That's probably the only difference between you and I. And here's actually proof. Let me show you this. This is a picture, and again, 5.5 years ago I was homeless, okay, struggling with a drug addiction, alcoholism. I got clean, I got sober, and I've actually been clean and sober since then. And I've actually been out on the town with Steven before, and he knows a lot of times I'm the guy out there.
You're having more fun.
I'm having more fun than everybody else, right? So it's kind of actually fascinating. But I got into construction. Then one day some guy came up to me on a construction site and said, Dave, you should get involved in this business opportunity. And of course, when it wasn't a cool video like this. It was just like some random guy who I kind of knew was like, Dave, you gotta check this out, right? And eventually, I took the money from that construction job, and I got involved in this work from home business that I really had very little knowledge about. And then I found the internet, right? I realized back then it was like 2009 or 2010, and this is a picture of me doing my very first webinar. My very first webinar.
You look like a DJ or something.
Yeah, I look like I have no idea what I'm doing, and I didn't back then. And you may be asking yourself or saying, well, I don't really know what I'm doing right now. The truth of the matter is you don't have to know. See, I got to a point to where I was working 12 hours a day, and this was on top of working a construction job, and I was starting to have some success building my business. But the people that I was working around weren't succeeding at the levels that I knew that they could succeed. And it then became more of an important, it became more of a mission for me to start helping people around me succeeding, because the truth is it's fun to make a lot of money. But it's more fun to make money with the people that you run with, your friends, your family, and people who want to do the same thing that you're doing. It's just more fun to do it with people. Yeah. Get your mind out of the gutter. That's not what I mean. It's just more fun to do it. It's just more fun to do it with people than doing it alone.
That too.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just being truthful with you. So anyways, I got with this crazy dude named Dave, and that's, I don't know if you can swing the camera over. That's also him right there, right? Long-haired, kind of hippie-looking dude.
He's a good dude.
And down in Costa Rica, one day Dave Wood invited me down to an event that he was having. And when I got down there, we started talking about some ideas and some struggles and some pains and some things that we were seeing with people in the home business industry, and also with people just having the ability to succeed with what we were doing. And we said, what can we do to give the average person, and I believe that we're all kind of the same. I just believe that the thing that separates us is that some of us make average decisions and some of us make above average decisions, right? The truth is that we're all the same type of person. I have the same capabilities. 5 years ago, I couldn't put together 2 sentences, right? I mean, I really couldn't. I've just developed myself and made some extraordinary decisions. But Dave and I, we said, how can we get together and how can we give people a realistic way to really succeed? How can we give people a way to leverage themselves and the internet and go out there and have the ability to create extraordinary results, right? And that's when, and this is of course a picture of Dave back in the day, you know, looking goofy here, just like we all did at one point in our lives on the computer, you know, looking ridiculous there. We came together and we started the company called Empower Network, okay? And when we first started this company, we really had, I mean, there was a lot of things that were not working correctly because we learned as we went, right? And we launched out of the company the very first day and you know, brought in, you know, several hundred customers. Our goal of the first month was to bring in 2,000 customers. We ended up bringing almost 10,000 customers, right? Over the course of the last 20 months, we've generated over 155,000 customers. Our very first employee was a girl named Emily, who still works here today. This is a picture of her working on my old house on my kitchen table, okay? Because sometimes when you have a dream, you've got to work with what you've got, right? Sometimes when you have a dream, you don't have the big house, the big car, you don't have all the big fancy things to show off, and sometimes you've just got to make it work with what you've got. Sometimes you've just got to work with what you have at that time in your life. And when we moved into this office, which is probably much bigger than what it looks like right now, we've actually got anywhere between 40 and 50 people working here full-time at any given time, as well as a tech team about a half hour away.
It's midnight and there's people
It's
here.
midnight and people are still working, right? When I walked into this office for the very first time, I said, how are we going to fill this office? This is just a big office. And it came to a point to where we could not stack people on top of each other anymore in this office. The fire marshal was saying, you guys have got to get more office space. So we actually have invaded the majority of this massive building here. And who knows, one day we might just take over the entire building. I'm not sure. The point that I'm trying to make is right now you see something, right? But what you see, there's probably something much bigger that's behind that initial dream. You could probably do so much more than what you're envisioning or even thinking right now here watching this video. Over the course of the last 20 months, we've helped tens of thousands of people from even using a crappy website. Now it's a little bit sexier, right? But just with a dream, with a vision, and with the heart being in the right place, we've helped tens of thousands of people earn over $60 million in commissions. Now that's a far stretch from just a couple of guys having a dream of wanting to help a little bit of their team succeed. Just wanting to get their team a couple of $100s in their pocket. But the truth is that if you have a dream, if you have a vision, if you start thinking bigger than what you're thinking right now, and you learn to make quick decisions, right, by just getting in right now, right, or if you're already in, deciding that you're going to do whatever it takes to not only create big things for you, but to also help create big things for other people. Because again, it's more fun to do it with other people than it is alone. It just is, right, in everything we do in life. You know what I'm saying? But what I want you to realize here is that this is the story just of 2 guys who had an idea and a dream who have now locked arms with tens of thousands of people around the world, which is how Steven and I got connected. And if you think just for 1 second that the possibility of what you can do in this world is limited, my friend, you are absolutely fooling yourself. Because the truth is that there's so much possibility. There's literally no ceilings. Oftentimes there's walls, and sometimes we need walls just because I'm like a bowling ball going down a lane with bumpers. I need to kind of just be like bumped back into the middle every once in a while.
Yeah.
But friend, there's no ceiling. And you can literally go as high as you want to go. And the truth is that everybody's got a story. And what we've done here with this blogging platform, and that's essentially what our flagship product is, and we're constantly innovating it, right? We've just dumped over $3 million over the course of the last 12 months into developing and innovating what I believe is going to be the biggest blogging, mobile, and marketing platform that's ever hit the internet, right? You're going to rival WordPress, Tumblr, Blogger, and eventually be in the top 20, 15 sites in the entire world. Right now we're already about 140, right? What I want to tell you guys is that I, being a recovering drug addict, alcoholic, ex-homeless guy who was a 9th grade dropout, and everybody looked at me and said, man, you got some potential, but too bad it's always going to go to waste. I want to tell you that all of your past and everything that's happened to you is actually your greatest asset. And what happened to you in the past, all of your failures, all of your struggles, are actually what's going to give you the ability to reach deep down inside and grab something that you did not know was there. And that will eventually become your greatest asset. So what's happened in the past is not failure, right? It's prepared you for this moment. It's prepared you to watch this video right now, to get ready to make the biggest decision of your life. And I'm going to tell you something, my friends, we're going to be waiting for you on the beaches of the world. We're going to be waiting for you in Hawaii. We're going to be waiting for you in Florida. We're going to be waiting for you on the stages. We're going to be waiting for you in Rome. We're going to be waiting for you in Europe and Australia and Asia as we continue to globe-trot across the world and connect and inspire and impact more people. Because, my friend, this is not about us anymore, but it is about you. And the only thing that's missing from this company is a person that is just like you, that has your experience and your story, who has your motivation and your inspiration. And there's somebody that's sitting in our audience that deeply needs to hear what you have to say. And I'm going to tell you something, friend, when you learn that what you have inside you is nothing short of sheer power, and that people want and need to hear it, and they also want to buy from you, and they want to join you, if you would just make the decision to go and get involved and run and do something big with your life, then I'm going to tell you that there is literally no ceilings. It's just time to think bigger. So, brother.
Dave, I know they're going to be thanking you as well.